this episode is starting really wonky. Because I've just finished a bunch of stuff, like getting actual emeralds now, getting the floor of the factory done, and preparing for the rest of the episode, which includes having this book over here where we have just the stuff that we want to make in various episodes going forward. I recorded all that in the wrong format. This is gonna be a theme probably for a few months. See, I recently got a new monitor, and unlike my old one, it's actually an ultra-wide monitor, which also means that Minecraft can be shaped into this format, which, yeah, you can probably tell is looking a little bit wonky. So this episode of GOATcraft is starting a little bit different, but the first thing I want to do now is to get a little bit of a system going in terms of factory space, right? Storage, because at the moment this is just one big hall, and we're gonna wall this off so there's like a separate room in here, probably some experimental room or something. And then we're gonna move this system over here to an automatic sorting system inside this tower. But the first thing we're gonna need for that is a whole bunch of hoppers and a whole bunch of chests, which the iron part is fine, but the chest part is more annoying. Although I am actually gonna hop into a little bit of a creative testing world for this episode, just so I can get a more clear version of the redstone, because I am not great at redstone, you can see that in this video, and then get back to this world where I'll then make, well, the same system but in survival. Okay, we finally got a little bit of context of what we're making. In fact, you can actually see it right here. And I'm gonna need... Right, let's start over here. Right, well, it would be 2 blocks to the side if I'm not completely wrong. 3 over here. And this is kind of where we're gonna be changing a little bit of the overall build, I guess. I should have built the walkway up here first, but this is what we're doing now. Well, there's gonna be a lot of chests here. We're obviously not gonna manage to properly fit it, which is why I've kind of gone for the barrels, because I figured those are just gonna take up less space, and it's not like we're gonna have a poor amount of space unless Minecraft does some huge change to the way golems spawn. Anyways, no. Oh, we're flying. Okay. Okay, we've got the actual sorting system. Now we just need to pretty much connect up the giant barrel tower. Okay, I think that's actually good because it ends with this side, and I definitely want these that are up front more here rather than these that are at the back. And so if we head up here, we should now be able to access every single one of them, which means we just need to get this thing moved over all across the big hall. Now for the actual iron farm part of the build, I definitely want to decorate it at least in some way, and I honestly think the best way might just be go for something like a melting chamber. And I think one way we might make it look very sort of, you know, hot and whatnot is going to be through some orange stained glass. Yeah, that looks great. Now at this point, I really am not trying to fall in here because that's gonna be sad. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That definitely looks like some weird melting machine. The orange glass was definitely worth it. I was gonna go with black glass, but I feel like the orange really does add a whole lot. Oh, I hate swimming on bedrock, bro. Look at this. It should not be this difficult. It really should not. Now I'm hoping that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it does flow, or at least should flow all the way, which is exactly what I need. And now we should be able to place the water and then head all the way down, which is actually quite far. This is a big tunnel. So there we go. That should be the water flowing there. Yep. I haven't set up the automatic sorting system yet, But you know, it's starting to look more like a factory. We're getting some of the sort of details in that you would expect to see in a factory, such as this tube over here, of course. Now, as for the poppies, they should actually turn into a little bit of bone meal. Yeah, you can see it's not a lot, but we definitely need bone meal more than red dye. So that's why I thought, you know what, might as well turn it into a bone meal farm while we're at it. Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna do is basically get up here, throw a few of those, few of those, few of those. Let's throw quite a bit of those. Oh no, we threw. No. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. No, 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 no. No, what? No! No! I just threw my trident. Oh. You know what? I haven't actually experienced the loss of something in a very long time. Okay, well, we've got 11 bone meal. 44 is the final number, and 13 string. So let's see if that changes. It should all honestly end up into here, where we have 21. So that's got back there, which is good. 33, we didn't throw any though. And 13 bone meal. It's working! The system actually works. Now, something that is good about playing long term is that while gear is good and everything, it's not actually the end of the world. I mean, we have my axe if I really wouldn't have an extra trident. Except we do. We have plenty. And thanks to the fact that we have such big focus on actually having villagers as well, we can pretty much buy back all the stuff we just lost pretty much immediately. Hello, good sirs. I have come to trade. And I would very much like the mending. That is the main thing. And loyalty is nice. I think that's actually it for what I need, because I do already have some lapis, which means we can enchant it and hopefully get some good stuff from there. But what I do want is unbreaking, which means now we should actually be able to head over to the tower and enchant our trident and hopefully get back at least almost the level that we had earlier. Ooh! I mean, it got riptide, but I could use a riptide trident. Sure, why not? We can't throw it, of course, but we can always get another one. And we're now level 69. Now, unfortunately, that's not gonna last forever, because we're pretty much immediately gonna enchant our new one. Okay, and while it's not the same thing that's been with me for a long time, we do now have not only a Riptide Trident, which I didn't even have before, we also have a new loyalty. And it also means that my inventory is going to be even more full than usual. And I should also get used to using the mace, because it is one of those things that is a super powerful weapon. Okay, I've actually done some pretty good progress. You can see we've got this conveyor belt going, which we're probably going to put some copper trapdoors or something around. But it brings me to the next point, which is we need to fill out this space with something. And I don't want it to just be a bunch of random stuff that I can just think of. I want it to actually make sense. Okay, so now we should be able to grab bricks, which means I would like to borrow the beacon. Could I do that? Or do you want it?
No, you can do it, yeah.
Okay, sick. This is a great way to start this playing session. Right, so I just helped my brother to finish off some terraforming, which means we actually have a beacon now. And what we're gonna do is actually head over to Realm Stories and remember this. And the reason for this is because I want to try to get my hands on a lot of terracotta. Because it can be used for walls, it can be used for a bunch of stuff. Now, I don't know exactly how much I want, but I do know that I want a huge amount of it. I did also just notice that I completely forgot about the fact that I've borrowed lava from the basalt generator, so we're gonna get a little bit of a lava bucket first, and then we'll work on the walls, because I still haven't decided on what color I want them. How are you doing, sir? I'm not gonna question how you got in here, but you know what? You have a great day. I'm gonna head over here. Is it just me, or is there anyone else who doesn't like taking lava directly just from like the lava lakes? It feels like it's missing something because it doesn't regenerate. Oh yeah, and seeing as we did get 4 full shulker boxes of stone, I think it's safe to say we can cross off the more stone part of the goals. And then of course we can place back the lava, which we stole earlier to get the farm going. Right, so after looking up literally one singular image, we are, yeah. Yeah, even the old factories had this as part of their walls. And I don't know about you guys, but that's just straight up stone. Which, you know, is fine. I just went a few thousand blocks to get a full shulker box of terracotta. But we can always find use for that, honestly. So I don't mind grabbing a little bit of our giant amount of stone to finish off the inner walls. Okay, we've actually got most of it decorated. You can see over here we have the sort of smelting area, where we have the redstone block resembling the red hot iron, which I think turned out so good, especially with shaders. And then over here I actually checked out a video to see kind of what color it is, and I just think this fits pretty well, so that is cooling down in the water over there. But we do need to get ourselves a recovery compass. It's a very expensive item for a simple decoration, but I really want this sort of gas tube that I've got going here. I'm probably gonna size it up a little bit, but I want a few meters, and one of them is a recovery compass, so yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sleep, head over to the deep dark, and actually try to deactivate all of the shriekers. And then we can finally start clearing out that space, which is probably gonna be used for either a little bit of a peaceful city underneath the ground, or a game, which I will talk more about in a future video because it is far into the future. We haven't started with any games here yet, primarily because very few people are actually playing. There they are. Aw, dude. That's one shrieker taken care of already. That's definitely not cool. That dude, that dude's bullying me just. Well, I do kind of want to find a different way in because I'm not trying to set off any shriekers ideally. Oh, there's 2 over here. You are not someone I'm looking for right now, especially not by this many shriekers. What? Oh, dude, that is wild. I'm gonna have to get rid of some of these eventually because there are so many of them. And this whole thing about mobs not spawning in the deep dark is not really working. There was absolutely nothing. Is he gonna show up? Yep, okay, we're heading out of here. There's my boy. I think the move is to head out of here pretty much immediately. Right. Oh no. Oh, this could be bad. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm at. Right. This is why we bring notch apples, gamers. Oh. A lot of people just collect them. I honestly think they're quite useful. Which brings us to the point that we need to get out of here. Fast. there are like 5 wardens probably, maybe more. And I'm kind of not trying to deal with that. Oh, well, I mean, wait. We have direct access through the tunnel. Well, that's super useful. The recovery compass is one of those things that's just super difficult to get your hands on. Wait, hold on, I just noticed. Did they nerf the enchanted golden apple? Oh, golden apple is just a common item nowadays. The enchanted golden apple is what the golden apple used to be, which is... I guess it makes sense, but it is kind of sad to see. Okay, and after actually finding only one more ancient city, we now have enough to combine the disc fragments into Music Disc 5 as well as Echo Shards to turn into a recovery compass, which is for once actually labeled as a proper rare item. Now in terms of discs, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is where we have our collection, so we're gonna add Cat, 13 and also the 5. We even got some coal, like dude, things are looking up. And so after that very long detour, we can finally place meters that we want. I think I'm gonna put this one right here and then this one right here, and yeah, it looks somewhat like a gas tank or something. Okay, so I cut the time-lapse a little bit short because I want to try to get this video done so I can get started with the next one before it gets patched, because I recently found this little contraption, which is an item duper. Now we're not going to duplicate a bunch of items for literally anything, but we do have a plan for a build we want to make with duplicated items, so if you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to see my initial impression of this, it is on my second channel, which you can check out. I do have a second channel where I post more often videos. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. I do really hope you enjoyed. Again, we're trying to make more sort of let's play vibes with these newest videos, and detailing this factory definitely feels like a pretty hefty episode. But apart from that, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.